Welcome to the Special Education Services of the Alabama State Department of Education YouTube channel. This short video will explain when it is appropriate to shorten the school day of a student with disabilities. When is it appropriate to shorten the school day of a student with a disability? Each student with a disability must be in his or her classroom at the start of the school day, may not leave the classroom before the end of the school day. This includes students with a 504 plan. The start and the end times for the school day must be the same for students with disabilities as for their non-disabled peers. Scholastic day shall not be less than 6 hours or 360 minutes of actual teaching, exclusive of all recesses and intermission periods, unless otherwise county or the City Board of Education. Code of Alabama 16-1-1. Alabama school attendance laws apply to students with disabilities in the same manner as it applies to students without disability. All students, including students with disabilities, have the right to an education, including the right to attend school for the full number of hours and minutes. When is it appropriate for a school to implement a shortened school day for a student with a disability? The only time it is appropriate to shorten the school day for a student with a disability is when the IEP team determines that a shortened school day meets the student's unique needs. Student's school day may not be shortened for administrative convenience, including staffing shortages. A shortened school day should be brief for specific purposes and never in lieu of a behavior support plan. When the IEP team shortens the school day, the IEP should provide an explanation as to why a shortened day is required, a description of the extent to which the student will not participate in the school day, and a plan for the student's transition to school for a full day. Must an IEP team meeting be held before shortening the length of a student's school day? Shortening a student's school day is a change in the student's placement. All placement changes must be made by the student's IEP team. Does the school shorten a school day upon the request of the parent? No. If a parent requests a change in the length of the student's school day, the IEP team must respond to the parent's request. However, any changes to a regular school schedule must be made by the student's IEP team, which includes the parent. May an IEP team implement a shortened school day for a student in order to manage student behavior or as a means of discipline? A school district may not reduce a student's instructional time as a form of punishment or in lieu of suspension or expulsion. A shortened school day may not be implemented instead of providing appropriate behavioral interventions and supports. A school may not require a student to earn back the right to return to a longer or full school day by demonstrating good behavior. A student in school may not be contingent upon taking the medication, receiving treatment, participating in therapy, or other outside services. Previously implemented shortened school day is no longer necessary for a student. What steps should an LEA take in order to lengthen the student's school day? Previously shortened school day is no longer necessary for a student, then the school must conduct an IEP team meeting to change the student's placement to a full school day. The IEP team should review the student's IEP to ensure that it reflects a full day program with the requisite services and supports needed for the student's individualized needs. LEA implement a shortened school day for a student based on issues related to transportation. An LEA may not reduce a student's instructional time by starting the student's school day later or releasing the student earlier than non-disabled peers in order to accommodate transportation schedules. Civil Rights OCR has asked the Alabama State Department of Education to enter into a resolution agreement to ensure that no student has a shortened school day due to transportation issues. As a result of the resolution agreement, each year superintendents and building principals are required to complete a questionnaire regarding the length of the school day. Along with completing the questionnaire, they're required to sign an assurance agreement to that effect. The completed assurance statement must be submitted to ALSDE. The assurance statement will be filed at the ALSDE for review as necessary by OCR. Thank you for watching the Shortened School Day. For more information, contact Special Education Services at 334-242-8114 or online at alsde.edu.